Hello and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars Unbox, Unbag and Build per bag. This time I'm here with set 75004, the Z-95 Headhunter. It was released on the 28th of December 2012 in the US and the 3rd of January 2013 in the UK and Europe. It has 373 pieces, is rated ages 8 to 14 and comes with 3 minifigs, as you'll see down in the bottom corner there. The set retails at $39.99 in pounds, $49.99 in dollars, and based on that, I couldn't find the factual answer, but based on that, I would assume around $49.99 in euros as well. So, here we have the Z-95 Headhunter. Retired since around the start of 2015. It was one of the 2 sets to include the first ever 501st minifigures. I think it was the only set to include the 501st pilot, and there was a walker, an AT-RT walker, that included the standard clone trooper there as well. This particular set was based on the Umbara episodes, the chilling story of Umbara. I just think it's a nerve hit, you know, whenever you talk about the Order 66, especially in season 7 of the Clone Wars, or it kind of gives you the same feeling as whenever you talk about Fives' arc or the Umbara arc. They're just 3 kind of darker eras, and I love that. I had always planned on getting this set mainly for Pon Krell because I love him and his minifigure. I don't like the character at all, but you know, he does it well. But mainly because he is the same species as Dexter, and the original LEGO Star Wars game is quite close to my heart, so I wanted a Dexter figure, and this is pretty much the closest I'm going to get to that. Also then I did kind of want it for the 501st pilot, just because whenever the 501st Battle Pack in 2020 came, I just wanted to get more 501st characters, you know, that's literally the only reason. I recently got a 501st pilot for the 7676 Lucky Leku, which you can see more about in my vlogs. I'm filling it out, but it came damaged, so to ensure the second pilot was in good condition, I had to get it in a sealed set. So that's really the only reason I pulled the trigger and got this set. Now it is sealed and new and stuff, but it does have one small little problem with the box, which I'm just going to point out. It's not actually the artwork. This line down the middle here, and on the top you'll see a little kind of crack there. On the back it seems to be alright, and on the bottom and the 2 sides seems to be okay, so it's good enough for what I need it for now. So you've seen the front of the box. Let's give you a look at the rest of the box now. On the side here, so you'll see the ship there from, is it from another angle? No, you'll just see the front picture again, and the LEGO Star Wars logo. Then you'll see Lego Club kind of stuff there. Nothing that applies anymore, I don't think. Probably all outdated. The bottom of the box, typical small print there, and the top of the box, upside down, will show you the figures that are involved. It'll also show you the LEGO Star Wars logo and set number, and it shows you the 1-for-1 size comparison there. So that is nice. And then on the back of the box, you'll see a big difference from now and then. You will see, you'll see a lot more colour, a lot more going on here than what you see these days. Usually these days you see a different, like this and a few boxes is all you'd see. All of this would be gone, all of this is pretty much gone, and that is kind of disappointing. I kind of preferred when the boxes were busier, you know. But anyway, getting on to it, you'll see there that we see it from a different angle. We see 3 action boxes there, and then just some artwork that shows us it from another angle and shows us it animated, I suppose, and then gives us a closer look at some of the minifigures as well. I think the box art here is quite nice. It does seem to wrap around a little bit there, like it's kind of uniformed around there, kind of like they have been doing, and I do really like that Yoda on top. I think when they do generic characters, it works out a lot better, but again, this is from the Clone Wars. Yoda was still a Jedi using his lightsaber in the Clone Wars, so it does apply, but I mean, they don't really tend to keep the boxes very relevant to the set anymore, so that's just something worth mentioning. And from the back of the box to the unbox, I'm going to suggest 4 bags. I could be right. I'm going to suggest no stickers. I'm going to hope no stickers. I think there's a sticker sheet there. So we have 4 bags in here. Each one of them has a small bag inside, and number 1 here has a cardboard box, so wondering what's inside. I'm assuming that it's a elastic band inside there and not a cape, because I don't think any of the characters have capes. especially not the character that comes in that bag, which seems to be the 501st Pilot. But anyway, we'll get on to that and we'll see. We also get the big enough instruction book, and we get a pack of stickers, a sheet of stickers there. So that is good. Let's get into bag number 1 and see what's inside. So in bag number 1, well, in all of these bags, you're not going to see any new pieces because it's like 5 years old, 6 years old even. Longer even, so you're not going to see any new pieces. You do see a brick separator there, you see the torpedo, you see the 501st Trooper looking nice and shiny there, which is nice. Also the helmet comes in a separate bag. I was right about the elastic band, and again, nothing really too crazy. There's some nice pieces in here, like these black bits here. I don't have any of them in black, so maybe they're more rare, I don't know. But then we have one small bag in here as well, just loads of Technic stuff really, and smaller tiles and stuff. Nothing that crazy in there, but yeah, that'll do it for the overview of bag number 1. Let's get on to the build. So at the end of bag number 1 here, we have one sticker used there, and it actually looks quite nice there as the cockpit controls. I like that a little bit more than the printed tiles we get these days, although of course it is a sticker, so that brings it down and makes it just about even out. Anyway, we do have pretty much the inside there. We have the cannon, which kind of comes down there a little bit. There's no mechanism to actually bring it down, so this is kind of all that it is for now, and we'll probably end up fixing that at some stage, but yeah, we just essentially have a little bit of the skeleton. And then we have the 501st Pilot. We have our spare pieces here, and yeah, that was it. So it's an easy build so far. There's nothing really too crazy about it, but it is still quite satisfying actually to make this one. And in bag number 2 then, here we see some nice pieces, like the long piece there, which is evident, like one of the most obvious pieces on the front of the box there, so that's not exactly surprising or anything. We do see some nice pieces that I didn't actually think were that old. I thought these were a lot newer than they were. But then otherwise we see fairly standard pieces across the board there. I think this is one of the first times they used the cockpit with the kind of thing on it there, rather than like studs on the bottom of it and attach that, but I could be wrong. I think it is definitely one of the first times though. And then on the small side here, you see fairly standard pieces, nothing that screams at you or anything like that. I think this is going to end up being part of the stand, possibly. Yeah, it looks like it, and then attached to that, which will attach probably to the ends there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview. Let's get on to the build. And at the end of bag number 2 here, we have the nose, and we have the cockpit, we have the little bit at the back that shows the weapon holster inside. Now, I do have to say a few things about how nice this was. This was really nice. When you put this on, it clicks together, just the shape and feel of the whole thing, it just rounds off really well. These are nice as well, but the real nice bit that you do is before that, I think, is this bit here. So you put on those big long ones. Remember I said that there was one that I thought was in the 501st Battle Pack that is actually a lot older. The piece is a lot older, like here is another one of them. So you put those two down here, and then you build this bit and stick that on, and it just rounds off so smooth. It's so nice. And then underneath here, so you got that whole kind of roundness, and it's just really nice. Then you put these on with the little kind of hinge parts there either side, and you pretty much build another one then on top. So that actually looks quite nice while you're building that as well. And it also leaves a little gap in there so that whenever you do put this in, the gun actually slots into it. So it really is inside the ship. It's just, I just think it goes together really well. Also, then we have the stand here. I'm assuming that is not how it goes, because this would probably be better and even it off a little bit more, because it's kind of nose heavy there, you know what I mean? So that is probably, even maybe back another one again. Ooh, don't want to knock it over altogether. See, that could be a problem, but we'll build the rest of the ship and figure out how that turns out. We have that many stickers used, one spare piece in this bag, and yeah, that's it. Still fairly easy so far, but yeah, let's get on to bag number 3. So in bag number 3 here, I think it's pretty obvious what we got here. We got the engines, because all the round bits, I mean, it doesn't really fit anywhere else on the ship, so that's what I'm assuming is next. Also then the most interesting piece would be that piece there, I think. And otherwise, fairly standard bits around the board. We have the nice 501st Trooper here with the black belt and the blue arms. We have the helmet over there as well, nice to see. And then we have the small bits here as well. There's not really an awful lot I can talk about in here. There's some nice colours definitely in the small bits. Definitely with those reds, the trans orange, and then some, yellows and stuff there as well, nice and bright. But that's pretty much it for the overview. I don't think there's really much I can say about that. Some nice pieces, but nothing crazy at all, nothing unusual really at all. So yeah, let's get on to the build. So at the end of bag number 3 here, and we have what I said, we have the engines here, and we have used both of the stickers, or all 4 of the stickers left, as you'll see there. But yeah, literally just the engines. You literally got one set of instructions for an engine and said to make 2 of them. It wasn't anything that difficult. Quite actually similar to the Naboo Starfighter. I'm not sure about the more recent ARC 170, but I can only assume that it's quite similar to that as well, because they're kind of similar, at least from looking in from the outside. But yeah, nothing I can really say. Very easy build. Then we have loads of spare pieces here as well. And we have our 501st Trooper. Looking pretty well. I didn't think I really liked this Trooper as much as, say, the new one. And I don't like him as much as the new one. But both of them do definitely have pros and cons of their own. I do like the black belt on this guy and the blue arms as well. I just think it's nice to kind of bring out more color in it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for bag number 3. Very simple. So let's get on to bag number 4, the 4th and final build. So in the final bag number 4, we have nothing that interesting at all. Maybe these, because they're a bit more unusual in white, but we have seen them before, especially in some of the Star Wars sets. Some nice big white tiles or plates there, some tiles and stuff. Nothing too crazy, some kind of rods and stuff there as well, and a lot of that kind of darker red. You see Pong Krell here, notably this, like the 501st Pilot, is in a little bag on its own, kind of like more recently maybe Ahsoka's headpiece, and I think Grievous's body as well from the 2020 sets were in their separate little bags in the sets. So just to give you a little bit of frame of reference there, we see the 2 lightsaber hilts and 1 spare with all of the lightsaber blades in the small side there. Otherwise really nothing interesting, just Technic pieces and a few tiles and stuff there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get on to the 4th and final build. So at the end of bag number 4, we have the entire thing built. We only added on the last part of the wings there, as you see from the last bag. This is the only bit we didn't have, and it was literally just make 2 of these, and then this, and then backwards over there then again, so it wasn't too taxing at all. What can I say? It was quite easy. In this bag then you get Pong Krell there in the corner, looking still a little bit evil. He does look a little bit angry in the face there a little bit, but he's a really nice minifigure. I think that just some good detail on him there. You get the little kind of bit of hair there at the back as well. I just think he's a really, really nice minifigure. The lightsabers are a bit awkward, but I think that's to be expected, really. And here you'll have the spare parts for this bag, and then your spare parts for the entire set. A nice amount of spare parts. One thing I will say is that if they give you a part in one bag, they'll give you a spare part for it, but if they give you the same part in another bag, they'll give you a spare part for that as well. So you do end up getting double spare parts and stuff like that, which I think is definitely the way forward, because it just gives you more Lego for the price that you pay. I think it's good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say there. The back of the instructions will show you not much. It'll literally just show you that the character is in there, and it'll show you the 2 figures there. Just shows you that you're done. Your inventory list here is actually quite small, and then you see some kind of advertising there, and this is what killed me. because this was one of my dark years and I really want a Rancor now, so I'm just kind of really raging that I never bothered to pick up any of these sets. Yeah, looking back on it now, I really regret going off Lego altogether. But then you'll see a little bit more advertising and win on the back there. That hasn't seemed to have changed an awful lot from then until now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So all in all, the build was nice. It was nice. I mean, there were some parts that were meh. There were some parts that didn't really wow at all. Like the wings, especially these wings, they just were nothing. They just, I mean, I have nothing to say about them at all. Whereas the middle part here, I thought was really nice. So that kind of weighs out then to be good all in all. I like some of the techniques, like back here, the little kind of bit. This bit. Difficulty level, I wouldn't say it'd have to be 8. I wouldn't say it'd have to be 8 to make this. I'd say you could make this from younger, you know what I mean? Split it up between a day or two if it's long, if that's the problem. Satisfying, definitely satisfying, especially the middle there, as I said. Putting these together and putting them into the actual ship is nice as well. Good minifigure selection. I really do like them minifigures, especially with the bits that come in the plastic and stuff. It's a nice experience. All together. It wasn't really that long of a build either. It was only 4 bags as well, so you know what I mean. A lot of it as well was doubles, so you know that is what it is. One thing I will mention though is nowadays you do get, like, say you get your character with his gun, and you get this character with his gun, and then you'd also get a gun for in here and binoculars. But the gun and binoculars are the only things that come in this set for the characters. So that is just something I think worth mentioning. It's bigger than I thought. Definitely bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to be roughly around the size of the X-Wing from 2021. Like the X-Wing might go out to about here maybe, and then to about there. So it is considerably bigger. It's going to take a big enough space to kind of sit. Unless, of course, you get a stand for it that it takes up less space that way. But yeah, fun build, nice build. All around definitely worth the money. I paid €99 for this set sealed, and I'll be honest, unless you just want all the minifigures pristine, I don't know, is it worth the 99 at this stage? I personally think for what I wanted the pristine figures and just a nice experience. You know, I do like sealed sets, and I think it was pretty much worth it, to be quite honest. But if you do not mind, like figures might be a bit scuffed and bits maybe a bit yellowed or something, if you don't mind that, you get it at a cheaper price and you'll still be quite happy with it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about this so far. Check out my review to get a more detailed kind of analysis of the actual set itself rather than just the build experience. And yeah, thanks a million for watching my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you think there's anything that needs to be said. Thanks a million, guys. See you again. Take care.